Hey warriors, ready to dominate the arenas of Pixelblade? This Roblox roguelite RPG thrusts you into relentless dungeon brawls, where hordes of monsters test your blade and wit. I'm your arena hardened guide, a veteran who's carved through enemy waves, dodged heroic boss attacks, and built unstoppable heroes with the right upgrade lure. In Pixelblade, your upgrades aren't just boosts, they're the difference between glory and defeat. We're ranking all 13 upgrade dealer from the dismal D tier to the supreme S tier, diving into their effects on DPS, mobility, and survival across solo, co-op, and heroic modes. Draw your sword, warriors. The fight begins now. In Pixelblade, you battle through dungeon sections, cutting down enemies to gather coins, weapons, and chests. After each wave, you choose one of 3 upgrade dealer to enhance your hero, with coins fueling rerolls at the bank. Spirits amplify your speed and damage, while statler like stamina, DOT, and DPS shape your strategy. Solo mode rewards agility, co-op thrives on synergy, and heroic mode demands perfection. A poor upgrade leaves you cornered, a great one crowns you champion. Let's start with D tier's duds and ascend to S tier's titans that rule the dungeon. First up, D tier upgrade dealer are the weakest links in Pixelblade, offering little to warriors who want to survive. Skip these at all costs. Time to clash with Thorns, a deceptive upgrade that damages enemies when they hit you, with effects growing per rank. It sounds tempting, but it's a trap. You're meant to weave through fights with high spirit counts, using speed and Q dashes to dodge attacks. Taking hits to trigger Thorns drains your health, and without other upgrade dealer to heal, you're toast. Reroll this instantly, even in co-op where tanking seems viable. Choosing Thorns feels like stepping into a trap, hurting you more than your foes. Next, C tier upgrade dealer give a faint edge for new players, but falter in the chaos of tougher fights. These are temporary picks at best. Now, health boost increases your max HP, scaling with each rank, but it's a crutch for beginners. Stacking spirits grants enough movement speed to dodge attacks, making extra HP unnecessary. In co-op, you might absorb a few hits, but DPS upgrade dealer like Flame deal more value. Reroll this in solo or heroic mode for something stronger. Health boost feels like strapping on heavy armor that slows your stride, useless when you can outrun danger. Here we go with agility, offering a percentage chance to negate an attack, growing per rank. It's a slight step above health boost, potentially saving you from a heroic boss's crushing blow, but it's too inconsistent. Mastering Q dashes and spirit-fueled positioning is far more reliable. Reroll for DPS or defense upgrade alert to stay competitive. Agility feels like gambling with a rusty shield, offering slim protection in a deadly dance. Time to strike with B tier, where upgrade alerts start to hold their ground, delivering solid performance in mid-game scraps. These shine in the right moments. First up, Element Circle creates an AoE aura around you, applying random elemental effects like poison, burn, or freeze to enemies nearby. It takes a second to trigger the first tick, which is risky in heroic mode where standing still invites pain. Against the second boss's bullet sprays though, circling him lets the aura deal massive damage. Reroll in solo unless you're boss hunting in co-op. This upgrade feels like summoning a whirlwind of elements, powerful but hard to control. Now, Frost element adds freeze to your attacks, dealing 10.4 damage at rank 1 over 4 ticks. It's the weakest elemental upgrade, trailing flame and poison, but it's a decent fallback when better options are missing. In solo mode, it slows enemies, easing kiting, and a power rune can sharpen its chill. Reroll for flame or poison if they appear. Frost feels like a cold snap in battle, helpful but not a blaze of glory. Here we go with critical boost, raising your chance for attacks and ticks to deal extra damage, scaling per rank. It's effective if you pile on ranks, but that means skipping top tier upgrade lure with bigger impact. In co-op, it adds flair to your DPS, but solo players should reroll for spirit-based power. This feels like landing a rare heavy blow, exciting but not a battle winner. Time to clash with recovery, reducing your weapon skill cooldown by a percentage that grows per rank. It's great for skill-focused builds, letting you spam abilities in heroic mode, but maxing it sacrifices stronger upgrade lure. Reroll unless you're grinding fun builds in solo. Recovery feels like honing a blade for quick strikes, useful but outshined by raw power. Slash it for A tier, where upgrade lure make you a force to be reckoned with, dominating most fights with smart strategy. These are your arena anchors. First up, Flame element sets your attacks ablaze with burn, dealing 21 damage at rank 1 over 3 ticks. It's the best DOT upgrade after Rage Spirits, torching enemies in solo and heroic modes. Combine it with Spirits for devastating DPS, and a power rune turns it into a furnace. Reroll only for S tier picks. Flame feels like igniting the battlefield, leaving enemies smoldering in your path. Now, Poison element poisons your attacks, dealing 15.8 damage at rank 1 over 2 ticks. It's just behind Flame, but still a DPS powerhouse, especially in co-op where sustained damage thrives. A power rune boosts its venom, though re-roll for Flame or S tier if possible. Poison feels like a viper's bite, slow but lethal in skilled hands. Here we go with Life Steal, healing you when you collect spirits from fallen enemies, with healing scaling per rank. It's a godsend for beginners or mid-level players in solo mode, keeping you alive between boss fights. As you master dodging, its value dips, so re-roll for DPS in heroic. Life Steal feels like siphoning life mid-battle, a lifeline for warriors learning the ropes. Finally, S-tier upgradeler are the soul of Pixelblade, transforming you into a dungeon-slaying legend. These picks forge your victory. First up, Rage Spirits boost your damage and movement speed for every spirit you hold, with damage scaling per rank. This is the ultimate upgrade, turning you into a DPS monster when paired with Spirit Capacity. In heroic mode, it's non-negotiable, shredding mobs effortlessly. Reroll anything to grab this. Rage Spirits feel like channeling a storm of fury, slicing through enemies like a living blade. Now, Spirit Capacity increases your maximum spirit slots, starting at 2 and adding 1 per upgrade. It's the ideal match for Rage Spirits, skyrocketing DPS and speed to dodge attacks with ease. Even alone, it's a mobility king in co-op or solo. Never reroll this gem. This upgrade feels like capturing lightning, powering your every move. Here we go with Stamina, expanding your stamina bar and regeneration speed, scaling per rank. It's the top defensive upgrade, fueling more Q dodges and air dashes to outmaneuver heroic bosses. Pair it with Spirits for untouchable agility. Reroll only for Rage Spirits or Spirit Capacity. Stamina feels like a warrior's endless breath, keeping you in the fight no matter the odds. That's the full brawl, warriors. All 13 upgrade Iller and Pixelblade ranked from Thorns Failure to Rage Spirit's Triumph. Whether you're dodging heroic bosses with stamina or burning mobs with flame, you know which picks will carve your name in the dungeon's history. Which upgrade's your MVP? Are you stacking spirits in solo or crushing co-op? Share your Pixelblade battles in the comments and let's trade tales. Check the Pixelblade wiki or Frostblade Games Discord for the latest tips. If this guide sharpens your edge, hit that like, subscribe, and ring the bell for more Roblox epics. Keep fighting, legends!